Alright, I've managed to successfully complete my very first project with the Cricut Maker. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. I upload weekly videos about sewing crafts and DIY projects, and recently I got a Cricut Maker. I did another video where I unboxed it and kind of showed you some of the components it came with, and I was a little bit confused about the very first project because I was looking through the little get started book, and it came with materials, but I wasn't really sure what the project was. So after looking at some other YouTube videos, I figured out what the first project is supposed to be, which is apparently this smile card with a kite on it. So I want to walk you through what I did to complete it. I kind of feel like I'm in kindergarten again, like, hey, look, Mom, I made this. And then towards the end of the video, I want to share some initial thoughts about the Cricut Maker, using it, and how it compares to my decade-old Cricut Expression. So let's dive in. We're now in Cricut Design Space, where I've already set up the free trial access. Click on the Creative Cards section. In the search bar, type in Smile, and that design should come up. There it is. Each project lists all the details, including materials needed and instructions. Select the design and choose to make it. On the next screen, you see a preview of what the design will look like and where to place your materials on the cutting mat. Click to continue. You'll need to connect your Cricut Maker via Bluetooth if it's not already connected with the USB cable directly to your computer. Set your base material, which is medium cardstock. Pressure is automatically set to default, and you're instructed to load tools and material. From here, we'll go out to the Cricut machine. The fine point blade is already loaded into clamp B, so we need to load the black pen in clamp A on the left-hand side. There's an arrow on one side of the pen. Face that toward the front and push down, while using your other hand to keep the enclosure from moving around. You'll feel it click into place. Let's use the blue light grip mat. Peel off the protective plastic and place the white cardstock on, lining up with the upper left part of the mat. Slide the mat into the raised white guides on each side of the machine and press the load button with the two arrows on it. We're ready to cut by pressing the go button with the Cricut logo on it. First, the machine will execute the draw function using the pen to mark that part of the design. Then the machine will cut the other part of the design with the fine point blade. It was weirdly fun to watch the project come together without me even doing anything. When it's done, press the load button again, and the mat will be released. Don't forget to take the pen out so it doesn't dry up. Other videos have said the project includes an option to cut the kite out of fabric. Mine did not have this. Instead, I created a new project and inserted the diamond shape. After moving it to the upper left corner, I was ready to continue. Once again, I connected the Cricut Maker to my computer and then selected fabric as the base material. Now we're ready to return to the machine. As prompted, switch out the fine point blade for the rotary blade and housing into clamp B. The plastic piece at the top should be facing toward you. Close the clamp securely. Place the fabric square onto the pink cutting mat. Load the mat into the machine. Hit the go button and you'll see the little rotary blades start to go to work, cutting the fabric. Unload the mat once the design is finished. Now comes the fun part, putting together the elements to complete the card. Gently peel off the white cardstock from the blue mat. Use the scraper tool to remove the leftover paper bits. Do the same to remove fabric pieces from the pink mat. A lint roller comes in handy to remove extra fibers off of your mat. When I lined up the fabric kite piece on the card, the top half was slightly too large, so I cut it down to about the right size. To score the center fold line, I used a small ruler and marking tool. I can say that worked pretty well. There should be another piece of blue cardstock that's meant to be inserted into the card as a background piece. It will fit into slots at each corner. I dabbed some sections with glue to keep the blue cardstock from shifting around. While the glue dried, I pressed the card with the welcome book that came in the box. Almost done. Last thing to do, glue the fabric kite piece on. A satisfying end to this easy first Cricut Maker project. I'll get right to it. I like the Cricut Maker a lot. Even though I've only started using it, I feel like it's very user-friendly, even for beginners, and I thought it was pretty cool how the Cricut Design Space does most of the work. With my old Cricut Expression, you kind of had to guess on all the settings, like it had dials for like speed, pressure, that sort of thing, and with the Cricut Maker, you can pick in Design Space what material you're using, and it automatically decides what settings to use, which I think is super cool as a feature, and this thing can run circles around my old Cricut Expression. I'm also really excited about using Cricut Design Space more. You can take like logos or anything you've got and turn it into like cut files or draw files, which is amazing. It seems like the design potential here is endless, so I'm really excited to try out some of those things. There is a lot of projects, if you don't really want to design your own stuff, that are already pre-done, so all you have to do is hit the project and all the work is pretty much done for you. This is super cute, so I am excited. I kind of want to make some cards, plus as you guys know, I love BTS, so I want to try to do some BTS paper crafts, maybe try to make some of my own knockoff merch. We'll see, who knows, but it seems like you can do so much with the Cricut Maker. I was a little intimidated at first to like get it out of the box and start using it. It was a little scary. I bought a boatload of stuff from the Cricut website, just to be honest. Probably spent a little too much money on that, but they have some really good sales on that website, and you can get lots of cool bundles with lots of samples. So I got some sample packs. I might do kind of an unboxing kind of haul to show you, if you're interested, everything that I got. I'll link to the Cricut website below. I am a Cricut affiliate, but again, this is not sponsored. I have no collaboration with Cricut. I just really wanted to try this myself, and I've been thinking about getting a Cricut Maker for literally years, but I'm one of those people that I really tend to overanalyze what I'm gonna buy to the point where I might wait a year or 6 months just to get one thing. I'll wait for some sales. I am super pumped about this. I think this thing is super cool, and I do see a lot of areas where this intersects with sewing and quilting and embroidery, adding little touches to things I'm making. I have not had a lot of experience with heat transfer vinyl, but that's pretty cool, and it will probably be easier than I hope than sometimes embroidering stuff. So I'm gonna delve into a lot of different areas. Let me know below in the comments, what kind of projects are you most interested in seeing me try out on the Cricut Maker? And as always, share your tips with me. I got a lot of really good tips on the unboxing video from you guys, so I think I might do a video in the future trying out your best tips and hacks. So let me know your absolute best, like must-know stuff about Cricut and the Cricut Maker, like cleaning the mats or any tips. I saw a really cool blog post today about things you can get at the dollar store to use with Cricut. There's like an endless amount of resources about Cricuts, and I cannot believe how far they've come with the technology since I first bought a Cricut Expression over 10 years ago. So if you guys want to see the unboxing video, check that out. Also, if you're here for the Cricut Maker, you don't know how to sew, this is the Sewing Report, guys. So I also have a lot of videos about learning to sew. Don't be afraid of sewing machines. Just like I was a little intimidated about the Cricut Maker, sewing machines are nothing to be afraid of. It's super cool, and I think if you do make a lot of things with your Cricut, sewing is a really good complementary skill to have with it. You can make your own blanks, and you can really add a lot of Cricut stuff to some of your sewing projects. So really, really glad I bought the Cricut Maker. I have so far no buyer's remorse. Love it so far, and I'm really looking forward to using it more. Anyways, I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I'll see you guys again in the next video.